Hi everybody, welcome back. And I think I need to insert a very special episode right now because I think I need another practice session. Um, I don't really think that there is much sense in just playing one game after the other and still messing up my build orders. So especially with Men at Arms, I've realized that my build is not as clean as it should be at this level. So what I should do is probably try to aim for an A in Caesar's build order guide. And I think I'm gonna make the game speed fast. So A, it doesn't take too long. And B, I can probably get a couple of more attempts down. And yeah, see where. I mean, by speeding up the game, it makes it basically so that I can afford less inaccuracies and that I'm sort of practicing for the real game scenario where I will have to need to focus on other stuff while playing the build order. So yeah, let me try to get this done. So I was realizing that I was building the militia too late, that I would not distribute to the resources in the right order, that I would not lower the boar to an appropriate timing, all that kind of stuff. And I think if I want to go on go on and play Men at Arms and all that sort of more tight build orders, which I will probably need if that's strategically the right decision, I should at least try to get the build cleaner. And of course I know that in this scenario I don't have to care about scouting too much because I basically know where the resources are, but still. And I think even after getting Men at Arms right, I should probably once again try to get 1 range archers and 20 pop scouts. And this stuff, where Caesar doesn't have a build order for, I should still try to get that right. I kept forgetting to put the house villager after during the first baller. I hope that now I will just get it right. Yeah, I'm wondering why this villager just went there. It was probably because at the moment that I assigned her to go to the place directly under the town center, it was not possible. But when she finally went there, it would have been possible because the other villages had garrisoned inside the TC. But still, this is pretty strange.
Send the next 2 villagers to gather food under the town center.
Oh, this is now a little more, a little tighter. When I'm playing on fast speed. Yeah, now that's a much better timing. I mean, of course in this scenario it's pre-planned, but I think I should try to keep the villages underneath the town center anyways. Just for as long.
Now build the barracks with the next villager.
For just as long as I'm lowering the ball. Because otherwise I will have the decay and that will keep me from getting my upgrades. For instance, I find it increasingly hard to get double bit X. For double bit X. I think okay, yeah, I found one of these sheep. But this is going to be very tight now. Oh, that's wrong. And that was also wrong. Okay, so when I'm building the barracks, I should not be still scouting around for sheep. Okay, I got an ace so far. And now I think I should prioritize to make militia. Alright, this one is reasonably fast, I think. Could still be faster though. Can't afford the second one. Like, this is so late. Now, third militia is being made. Oh, guess what? I missed the sheep. Yeah, that probably doesn't even happen to me if I don't play this scenario. Because I think especially these two sheep are so far out. I sometimes forget them. Hopefully it will still work out. No, I think I can't afford everything. I can afford man-at-arms upgrade. I can afford a range. I can afford a house. And a little bit of a wall. I need to readjust and get them. But I will impossibly be able to afford double bit axe now. Yeah, and I have idle time on my TC. Like, this is like I missed the sheep. This build order is already pretty tight. So I think I can restart at this point. So of course, I mean, I didn't scout the sheep in time. I think the baller was right. But still, you see, there's so many errors in my build order. I think I really need to clean this up. So let's try to do it one more time and see how we do.
Build 2 houses. Then send your first 6 villagers to shoot.
Alright. I really have the feeling I should get this straight. I don't know if it's so entertaining to watch this, but it's just, I think it needs to be done.
Now send the next 4 villagers.
I think I can also remember this to shift queue the villagers before I set the gather point to wood. Because that will lead to me not risking the idle time or the chaotic behavior of the villagers underneath the town center. Yeah, you see, this is now already looking much better. Alright, get the scouting around here. I need the next villager shift queue to that sheep. Like, this stuff has been gaming well so far. And now comes the baller. So now I think I'm already going to shift queue these into the town center right after they finish the sheep. And I think while I'm ballering, I should as well do that with the villagers that gather from the ball, so that I would instant garrison them after they finish, and then just shoot the second ball. Like this. And now I want to get the placement right. Alright, looking okay so far. I'm shift queuing this already a little bit, so they will go to the right bush. Now, as this ball is really fun, this has about 2/3 on it, I'm still going to grab it early. And now I have the same problem as with the last build, with just scouting in circles. I will not find these two sheep outside, so I might have to manually go there. I'm waypoint queuing this one here, and I'm sending those two to berries already to have a smoother transition. And now, no, I didn't click her to shoot the ball. Clicked her to go here. Alright, there is a little bit of decay of the... Oh, that was actually very close. She could have easily died to the last boar hit, because she just seemed to spawn in the right spot. It happened to me a lot of times that my ballering villager was hit. Actually, the low HP villager was hit, and that's not funny. Alright, now I'm already going to set this up so that they are going to distribute a tiny bit between these, and now I need to find the last 2 sheep just in time.
Now the last 2 villagers should go to gold.
Now I send the gold gather point just right. And I think I'm going to put the barracks villager also on gold. I think I tend to like to build my buildings, my feudal age buildings, the archery range and the blacksmith with the gold
Now
villagers.
research loom.
So I can protect the gold a tiny bit with that. But that usually leads to me being short in gold for a constant archer production. So I think it could be a good idea to send the barracks villager to gold. Probably that works out. Let me see. Alright, now 2 seconds idle TC in Dark Age is fine, I think. At least for my level. And now I need to make sure I can start to make militia. Here we go. Yeah, it's already like it seems to be a tiny bit late to make militia. And I don't know why this villager just kept running around to the other side, because I hadn't shift queued it. Oh, making more militia is very important, because I want to be at my enemy's base. Let's pretend that's the enemy's base, right when I hit feudal age. Alright, I think that was the last militia, right? Yeah, okay, so it could still be a little bit earlier with these. And now that I have 3 on gold, I can probably afford to make the buildings with these. So let's now get this. Double bit X, still not possible. That's crazy, and I thought the build was clean, but somehow it just doesn't work. Somehow I just can't afford it. Yeah, why is that even? Why is that? Now I build the barracks, now I can go up to a couple of... now I'm building the range. But I still need more houses. Yeah, I hope that this is still going to be fine. But
Once you have enough villagers on
double bit X is far out of reach.
should all go to farms.
It's far out of reach. Like, not even close to possible to get it. Now I have 6 farms. Now I can... Oh, she did not finish the range. So, why didn't that work? Was it just the small little inefficiencies under the town centers that led to me not being able to afford double bit X while having constant villager production? It must be, because I see no other reason for it. Probably making these farms too early. Should probably wait for the sheep to be fully used up. Probably getting the mill on the other side. Yeah, let me just go ahead and retry that. Sorry guys, I hope it's somehow entertaining or at least helpful to watch this. I don't know how much of
First 6 villagers.
help this provides on the channel, but I just feel that I need this kind of practice session to not mess up my Dark Age anymore. Or at least not as much as before. So what I just learned is as soon as I have the 6th villager on sheep, I should shift queue them before I even go to wood.
Now send the next
Like now.
villagers to wood.
Just shift queue this. Alright, just set it up. And I have plenty of time, about 25 seconds until the next villager comes out, that I can use to shift queue onto wood. Like this. So now that seemed really smooth, and if I position the sheep correctly, I should have very little inefficiencies there. Just see how they behave right now. Yeah, like this one is still dancing a tiny bit, but I think overall it's fine because it was just 1 and the other 5 have been collecting, but of course this is still possible to do it better. I have the feeling that if you let the villagers do whatever they want, they just
Villager to lure the
behave the most stupid way possible. Like, if they can just go any way, which is like if it's just one tire longer and still somehow is reasonable, they would go
Build
that
2
way.
houses with the next villager.
Okay, so now I send out. I made these 2 rally points. Oh, and I need to do this. Yeah, now I think that is a very efficient ball placement. And I think I'm just gonna stick with 2 on berries for now. Yes, I got these sheep in time. That's very good for the build order. Like what was
Now
this?
use one of your villagers
What was
to
this
leave the town
route?
centre
Like,
to
it
lead
doesn't
the
make
second
any.
village.
What was this route? I don't know how to say it. Like, this doesn't make any sense at all.
Send the next 2 villagers to gather food under the town centre.
So now I'm just going to shift queue this right. Like where is this villager even going? Now it's so close with the HP for no reason. I don't even understand this. So now sending the next one to wood. I was a bit early on this. Yeah, probably it's the placement of the boar so that the villagers won't really fit around.
Now build a barracks with the next villager.
Wow, I didn't know it was so crucial to pay attention to what's going on under the TC in Dark Age. And now I get those and shift queue them to this sheep.
Go to gold.
And I put the others in position right here. And let the builder also go to gold.
Now research Loon and then feudal with 22 population.
Now I try to make the farms a little bit later. Probably just after the lumber camp. Let's see if that works better. 15 seconds idle time? How did I even get... How did I get 15 seconds of idle time? Yeah, I think I was somewhat confused with the... I must have been confused with something on the way, so this happened. Okay, so now let me get the lumber camp first. And I think this one can then straight go to chop. And these ones will go here. And now after the lumber camp, I start to... Like, she's not working, right? I'm just gonna shift queue her to the farm. Let's pretend the enemy is here. Now I just neglected my scouting a tiny bit, but... At least I have these out before feudal age. Oh, and now all of a sudden it seems like I can afford this a little more... likely. No, but not even. Not even still. Not even still that I thought I had a decent build. See, now my TC is going idle again. Come on, I didn't want to build the range before I... Yeah. I don't even know why the scenario still tells me it's an A. It's not good. It doesn't really work for me. I think I had some tiny inefficiencies underneath my town center, which will just be in the way of me finally being able to clean this build up. So now 6 farms. Next thing I should do is the blacksmith.
Once you have enough villagers on gold, the next villagers should all go to farms.
And I think now I can make the blacksmith. And now farms. Now I think I shouldn't use my gold villages to build anymore because I will be reliant on my gold for fletching and archer production. So let's just pretend this is my army now. Yeah, probably floating a little too much food for us to still get a good grade here. 50 housing space, population space could be enough. I just make one more house, because I think it also represents a little bit of walling in a real game scenario. So let me go up, go back and regroup right now with the next archers. That's not a very good farm. Okay, I got a bee here.
And start moving villagers from your berries to make new farms.
I think I need 15 farms. Yes, nice. So now I can send more to gold and get the next range. Probably with one of the gold villages. I have 10 on this build. Yeah, I have 10 on wood. Alright. Now this would be my control group 1 and this my control group 2. And I can get another range. And now another house and probably wall this off. Now get wheelbarrow, probably even one less villager. And try to click up now. How many archers do I need for this tutorial? Yeah, one more. Yeah, it should work out actually. I think I have enough gold villagers that they will collect 200 gold just in the 3 times 25 seconds that it will take to research wheelbarrow. As I have 15 farms, it should work out. Where do I have idols? Oh, they are here. Alright. Please let this be enough right now. Ah, it was close. Okay. So I shall actually not use too many of my gold villages to build. Alright, still a B, not an A. So how is that possible? It were some minor inefficiencies in Dark Age underneath the town center. Some villager dancing, so I think when I'm taking a look at this town center, I think I must try to really stay away from these 4 tiles, from the center of the town center, and lean more towards these outer tiles, because then I don't risk my boar or my sheep just lying exactly here next to the town center where the villagers can't pass, which leads to excessive bumping. I probably try to place the mill in another spot right now, so I just minimize a bit of the walking time. And I think I should use my wood villagers to build the buildings, not my gold villagers. Though in a real game scenario, I think I will still try to somehow build my military buildings and some walling off things before my gold, so just in case I get attacked. I mean, this is like hilarious. If my enemy would push me here in Castle Age with a siege workshop on this hill, this is actually a terrible map spawn, as my secondary gold is here as well, and I only have... Where's the third gold, actually? Oh, here, yeah. Anyways, let's try it once again. I want that A. I want to prove to myself that I can actually make a build order happen.
Build 2 houses. Then send your first 6 villagers to sheep.
So now I'm leaning towards the outer rim of my TC. And putting this sheep right here. Alright. Let's see how we can minimize inefficiencies.
Now send the next 4 villagers to wood.
Yeah, I actually wanted to have this in a different order, but when I'm so quick with choosing the tree where my lumber camp is going to go and shift queuing the villagers, it actually works out fine. I'm trying this little trick to put the villagers inwards of the lumber camp so that it's even more efficient, and I try to get this sheep also towards the outer rim of the TC. See, now they're chopping the inside, and now I get this 4th villager right here. I hope it works out that way. I'm straight going for the next sheep. Why don't I have a sheep under my TC?
Send your next villager to lure the boar.
But where is that? Wait. Did I really shift queue this, or is this a bug? Okay, here we go again. So,
Build 2 houses.
things to remember.
Then send your first 6 villagers to sheep.
Like, that's a good spot for the first sheep. That's a good spot for the second sheep. Now let me see where the shift waypoints are. Yes, exactly. Like, it's okay that way. Then I wait for the next villager to come out and shift queue over right to the next sheep,
Now send the next 4 villagers to wood.
even before I try to get the lumber camp down. Now that's how we do it. And now that I see this sheep already going here, I think I just put it right behind the villagers, so there is less dancing. Like, what is this walking? But villagers will be villagers and will refuse to work as much as possible. Come on, take this tree, and then next gather point goes to that tree. Next gather point to that tree. So I think I have maximum efficiency on the first lumber camp.
Send your next villager to lure the boar.
Baller. And then I already know after they finish this sheep, they are going to go inside the town center.
The next 4 villagers.
Now here comes the next.
Build 2 houses with the next villager.
So I now waypoint this villager through the town center. Now that's looking good to me, to be honest. And now I try another mill placement from the other side, just to minimize walking time even more. Just have 2 villagers there, so a drush won't be as annoying as if I had a single villager there. And then already going for the second ball, because this one is out so far. I finally found these sheep in time. That helps a lot.
Now use one of your villagers underneath
But
the
one
town
sheep is
centre
still
to lure the
missing,
second
is
boar.
it? Oh yeah, it's there.
Send the next 2 villagers to gather food under
Ah.
the town centre.
Come on. That was a bit sketchy. Come on, don't walk stupid ways. So now they need to go to wood, and I need to redistribute a little. No. To make this happen, and I even shift queue these on the berries. What is
The
this?
next villager.
Definitely not good. What happened there? Oh, man, I want this to happen. I think I'm not really precise with my mouse.
Now the last 2 villagers.
That
go to
could
gold.
be another issue. I think I've also heard pros say they do some exercises to get better precision with their mouse.
Now research looms and then click feudal with 22 population.
Wow. So even though I don't have to care about anything... Ah, come on. Didn't even click up in time. But just getting this build right, I still seem to struggle. Actually is a little bit frustrating right now. Frustrating right now, I have to admit. I want to pay attention to this if it works out to have one villager build the mining camp and not having her drop any resources off. Those being shift queued here. Like, okay, that's a reasonable timing to have the militia out. And now, as the sheep run out, the Dark Age farms. But too much walking time wasted here, I think. So now I have the power spike with the man at arms if I get the upgrade in. Oh, I forgot the upgrades. Come on, can I get it? I want this. I want this upgrade. Why doesn't it work? Is it just because these farms are just a tiny bit late? And now I can't afford a villager anymore. This is horrible. Why is it that way? Or is it that I would need to push deer? Can I be more efficient in the Dark Age? The answer is probably yes. Yeah, and I at some point had the villagers idle under the TC with the boar, and it was still close. So I think if I manage to do that a little bit better, it should work out. Let me get back to practice mode. Wow, this is really challenging me right now. I thought this would take way less attempts to get it right. But somehow it really doesn't. It's really tough work to make this work. So, once again, as soon as the next villager comes out, I'm going to set up the shift queue for the sheep underneath the TC. Like, but this villager is also spawning in such a weird spot. Like, why would it spawn here, walk around, when every meter they walk matters? Why would they do that? It's just hilarious. Alright, trying to get another very efficient lumber camp. Oh, this can actually stand over the last sheep. That's cool. Now this looked very efficient, but one villager was still dancing though, and I don't even know why. And the next vill goes right here. Looking good so far.
Send your next villager to lure the boar.
Yeah, I think I haven't even found these sheep. That's bad.
The next 4 villagers should go to berries. Build 2 houses with the next villager.
That to me looks like a very good ball placement. Now I have this villager walk here and then there, and have this one build the mill. And it still hasn't collected this sheep.
Now use one of your villagers underneath the town center to lure the second born.
Okay,
Send the next 2 villagers
another
to gather
attempt.
food under
So,
the town center.
please villager, go here and then go there. And once you finish this, why would he do this? Now he has to walk this way. Ah, these villagers. They keep just walking weird routes. And now I have one more villager go to berries here. And as this one is not collecting at the moment, I think I can still walk around with this. I'm actually finding the sheep, but I'm just not converting them. That's so ridiculous.
Now build a barracks for the next villager.
But these 4 go to this sheep.
Now the last 2 villagers should go to gold.
Now a little less walking time. Let's see if it works out.
Now research Loon and then click feudal with 22 population.
Now I can even shift Q these on the berries so they won't do crazy stuff. Oh, I can actually click up for the first time without even having to force drop. That's a very good sign for the Dark Age efficiency. And yes, I'm queuing up the first militia earlier than ever. I can go ahead and build this earlier than ever. Actually, I feel I have a chance this could work out. Right, so I didn't have too much idle time doing this. Wow. But let's be honest. It's completely impossible for me to have this kind of build done while I'm scouting my enemy, while I'm talking to you, and and while I'm strategizing about the game. I think this is far from manageable for me. And now it worked out. Wow, this is a hell of a tight build. Now it just worked out. I hope that my TC is not gonna turn idle now. Ah, it's still turned. Okay, but this is acceptable. And now I have 5 villagers on gold, not yet. Now I have 5 on gold. And I think now I go to wood and make 6 farms and then get the blacksmith down.
Once you have enough villagers on gold, the next villagers should all go to
This is really stressing me out, even though I don't even have an enemy. I figure Man-at-Arms build order is just too hard for me at this stage. Now I need to make some more houses. But also I need a blacksmith. Okay, let's now regroup with the archers. I think I also have to get into the habit of using the select all military hotkey less. Okay, 5 on gold. This is all looking good.
Now research wheelbarrow and start moving villagers from your berries to make new farms.
5 archers with fletching A. I think I've never reached this. Let's regroup again. Now I'm selecting all military, but I try to regroup them. Do I have 15 farms, by the way? No, not really. Is this one? Please get another farm down. Please get it. So I have 15, and I can go to woods and get wheelbarrow. Come on. Now I got it. Now I can send them to gold. I'm going to send these to gold as well, but these are going to go to wood. How many more archers do I need? Only these. And then that's it. So I can go ahead and invest into another range. And now it also looks as if I could potentially have enough gold to click up. Looking really good so far. Now the only question is, will I have enough food? Oh, it could be ridiculously close. Okay, let's just do it. Ah, that was close. I hope they collect the last tiny bit. Come on. Ah, not really, right? Ah, I should have waited like a couple of more seconds, because this is now horrible. Really? Come on. Okay, turns out to be a B because I wouldn't be patient enough. Yeah, so one more time. To be honest, it is a tiny bit frustrating right now. That felt really close, but still not there. So just one more time. I have the feeling this practice session is actually getting very long. And I don't know if it's really interesting to watch.
Then send your first 6 villagers.
But I feel that it's absolutely necessary, and I want to have you guys share your thoughts on this and probably also follow this along. Just because, I mean, it's one thing watching the games, but I think it's also good to know what what needs to be done to improve. And I feel this is really crucial.
Now send the next 4 villagers to wood.
Yeah, still a little bit of bumping going on. Very focused. Now I really want to get it right. That was really close. The sheep gathering rate. Yes, and I made a mistake by having the sheep too close to the town center. To the center of the town center. What a strange word.
4 villagers should go to Berry. Build 2 houses with the next villager.
I try to set this waypoint so that the villagers will so that the walking villager will be retasked just in the moment that the other villagers might be out of the way.
Now use one of your villagers underneath the town center to lure the second bull.
Let's try to
Then
get this
connect
right now.
2 villagers to gather food under the town center.
Sane. Correctus. Ein. Sane.
Salve, Venatus. Venatus. Ein. Venatus. Presto. Venatus. Venatus.
Ein. Ein. Correct. Sane. Ein. Ein. Correct. Ein. Sane. Correctus.
Okay. Now 1 to wood.
Presto. Venatus. Fabulo.
2 to berries. And shift queuing these a little
Now build
bit
a barrack
onto
for
the
next
sheep.
villager.
Salve.
Have I found these sheep? I'm glad I did. Well, but once again, it's ridiculous how close attention I'm now paying to getting all the little efficiencies with the villagers correct.
Ein. Fabulo.
And this is just far from being realistic in a real game scenario.
Presto. Rectus. Sane. Rondo. Poggio.
Now research Loom and then get a feudal with 22 population.
Okay. Oh, I think if possible, I just don't want to play Man-at-Arms.
Vero. Fabulo.
Impero.
Okay.
Fabulo. Fabulo.
Presto.
Try to get this lumber cabin time and now wait a tiny bit until I send the next ones. Come on.
Ein. Fabulo.
Now I sent the next ones.
Impero. Condo. Presto. Impero. Presto.
Preferably taking the weak ones, building the farms. Now I think I had the farm timing
Fabulo.
right. And I also had the militia timing right. So let's see if this will provide enough food for the upgrades. Now I would be about to hit my enemy's base at 10 minutes, which is nice. And now I need Man-at-Arms upgrade. And I need double bit X. And it works! It works! Finally! If I can now queue the next villager in time, that would be amazing. Okay, like this just doesn't seem to work out.
Condo. Poggio.
Salve. Condo. Odio.
So now I have how many on gold? 4. I take the 5th one to gold right now. So I can from now on start to focus on making the farms better. Honestly, this is the crucial timing where I have to be attacking stuff and watching my Man-at-Arms not running into the TC and all that stuff, and I have to be just so quick with the first couple of farms. And with this stuff, it's... Why do I have 6 on gold right now? That's not good. That's not the deal.
Condo. Caedo.
And I need the blacksmith right now. I just pretend to regroup, but I'm doing pretty useless stuff with my military right now.
Ein. Caedo. Correct. Sane. Condo. Condo. Caedo.
But I have my military grouped up at least. Yeah, I had a little idle time in my range, which is not good. This will also be punished with a bad grade in this build order guide. Once again, shout out to Cicero for making these amazing.
Condo. Impero. Ein. Fabulo. Ein. Condo.
Yeah, I have too much gold now. Some things have gone wrong at some point. The fact that I still have gold, even though I have fletching and archers in the
Now
queue,
research wheelbarrow and
gives
start
me
building
sort of the
villages
feeling I'm
with
late with my
berries
archer
to make
production,
farms.
and I will not get a good grade right now. Must have had way too... Yeah, see, I had way too much idle time on the ranges. Oh! Do I try it again? Yes. Gets a little frustrating now. It's starting to get a little frustrating now.
Build 2 houses. Then send your first 6 villagers.
I don't even know how many attempts I already used.
Ein. Fabulo. Pero fabulo.
But I can rewatch later. So this time let's get it right. Please. 5 on sheep. 1 more, then I shift Q the sheep. I try to keep my eyes on the scout the whole time.
Now send the next 4 villagers.
Now
to
I
wood.
shift Q
Fabulo.
this. Should probably also try not to waypoint scout too much.
Salve, condo, aede. Ein, fabulo. Impero, fabulo.
Let's see if I can get away without waypoint scouting.
Salve, fabulo.
I think I will not.
Send your next villager to lure the boar.
So that's eco at home now, and that's luring the boar.
The next 4 villagers should go to
Yeah, now I need a waypoint because this will take more time.
villager.
Corretto, sane.
Ein. Fabulo. Fabulo.
Alright.
Ein, salve, ein, corretto, sane.
Presto. Condo. Fabulo.
You now you recognize that I'm really focused.
Ein. Presto, venatus.
No, that's the wrong one. That's already a damaged villager.
Impero,
Salve. Condo. Pero.
Now use one of your villagers underneath the town center to lure the second boar.
No, that's a horrible misclick. That was a horrible
Gather
misclick.
food under the town center.
I don't even know how that came about. But then in return, actually, this is a decent ball placement.
Salve. Fabulo.
impero, venatus, fabulo.
But now I'm still missing sheep.
Presto, fabulo.
Pero. Venatus. Fabulo. Ein. Venatus. Fabulo.
Okay, and these go here.
Fabulo.
Now build a barracks for
No.
each villager.
Presto. Venatus.
What a horrible misclick. How do the pros manage to have so little misclicks?
Now the last 2 villagers should go to gold.
Condo, condo, odio.
Now research Loon and then click feudal with 22 population.
Presto, condo.
This is not looking good. Sheep is there too late. It's completely completely remote for me, remote from being possible for me to get this clean of a dark age
Salve, fabulo.
while scouting my enemy and all the more important stuff at the time.
Pero. Fabulo.
Alright. So what I need to work on now is my archery range idle time.
Salve.
You know what? I'm going to put 5 to gold instantly now.
Ein.
So that I can very comfortably build the range. Come on. Man-at-arms upgrade. Double butt axe. I can't afford it. Just can't afford it. That's not good. Now I can. No, I can't because I'm building the range. And this is sick. Now I have an idle TC. Now I can't afford this anymore. Wow, why is this so tight?
Pero. Cuando. Salve.
Ah.
Pero. Cuando.
Why is this so tight? But I had a misclick in Dark Age. It's crazy, like one misclick and the build won't work anymore. Crazy. And here we go again. I think I will need a break after this one because it's starting to get very frustrating and very demanding also, concentration-wise, I think.
Ein. Pábulo. Pero. Pábulo.
Once again, I probably would write this in a real game. Trying to incorporate the high good luck have fun thing as a part of the build order I think is very interesting. Okay, so once I get this 6th villager down,
Now send the next 4 villagers to wood.
Pábulo. Pábulo.
there I go. So I have this.
Pressane. Condo. Caedo.
Like, if it's possible for a sheep to stand in the way, they will do it, right? That's how Age of Empires works.
Pero. Condo. Caedo.
Pero. Pábulo.
Okay, get the ball, please.
Correcto. Caedo.
And then
The next 4 villagers
make
should
the
go to berries.
houses.
Build 2 houses. with
Shift
the next
queuing these
villager.
into the town center.
Same. Ein.
The seer, get the seer.
Correct. Ein. Correct. Ein. Correct. Presto. Cuando. Cuando. Pábulo.
Ein. Venado. Salve. Condo. Fabulo.
Okay, yeah, I have the mill placement now a little differently, but it should be fine. But now is the time where I really need the next sheep. Because I don't want it to be that last minute thing. Now I would usually try to scout my opponent around
Now
this
use
timing.
one of your villagers underneath the town center to lure the second born.
Nah! Did this misclick again. So this is when I'm force dropping. I need to be more careful about hitting the boar right again after that.
Ein. Correct. Ein. Same. Presto. Venato.
So that's a little bit better now, but I don't know how crumped up they are and if that will be an issue.
Salve.
Maybe they can actually take this one after.
Pábulo.
So I have this thing shift queued and I have these shift queued.
Now build a barracks with the next villager.
I built the barracks right at the gold this time. I'm trying this 5 villager on gold thing once again.
Now the last 2 villagers should go to gold.
Cuando.
So that I can set my rally point to wood right in feudal. I know it's a little variation from what Cicero tells me to do right here. But I think I still want to do it Because that way I can use my gold villagers to build the buildings
22 population.
and still have enough gold. I don't have to be too picky about what villagers build the stuff. So will it work without force dropping? I don't think so. So I'd rather do it right now. Come on, this is important now. Get me the first militia. It's the first thing I have to do, but it just won't work. Now it works. So now get me the second lumber camp. And then those are going to go here. Those are now shift queued. And now I will have to make farms. Preferably with the weak villagers. And now I think I can have 2 of these shift queued from sheep to gold. I think that's a genius idea. Let me know what you think about it. I think this time I'm early enough with my militia. Alright, get this here. Now, please, get men-at-arms. Can I please afford double bit X this time, please? Okay, I will have to get double bit X before the range. Now I get the range. Alright. But in a real game scenario, while I'm doing this, I would have to make sure my men-at-arms don't run into the TC. Why is this so hard to pull off?
Once you have enough villagers on gold, the next villagers should all go to farm.
I had a little bit of idle time in my range once again. Now I need the blacksmith. I have enough houses for now. 2 archers in the queue, that's all good. I'm regrouping with my archers right now. Warning off this thing a tiny bit. Come on. Now getting fletching. Now getting fletching. Okay, let's regroup. I shouldn't have used the select all military hotkey here. It's a bad habit. I should get rid of it. Let's make one more house.
Now reset wheelbarrow and start moving villagers from your berries to make new farms.
5 archers plus fletching B. Why is that? Okay, I had 1 force drop misclick in Dark Age. I had a tiny bit of range idle time. But it must have been a tiny bit because the house that I... Yeah, okay, but because double bit X was late, this was late, like, you know, it snowballs. Oh, wow. Close to desperation right now with this build order. Let me take a tiny moment to think about what I'm going to do next. Is there really much point in trying to do this again? Ah, yes, it got me. It got me. I want to nail this. I want to nail this one time so I can move on confidently.
Build 2 houses. Then send your
House. Yes. I'm blocking my own sheep with this scout. Okay, so once I have 6 on sheep, I will shift Q to the next sheep, then build the lumber camp. This has proven to be a better way for myself.
Now send the next.
Why would the villagers spawn in that position? Did you see that? That makes absolutely no sense. And why would it stand here right now? Like, come on.
Impero. Ein. Condo. Caedo.
Okay, now I want these villagers to do that.
Salve, Fabulo.
No.
Send your next villager to lure the boar. The next 4 villagers should go to berries.
Presto.
Build 2 houses with the next villager.
Salve. Vero. Presto. Corretto. Same. Salve. Venatus.
Ein. Condo. Condo. Fabulo.
Ein. Rondo. Fabulo. Impero. Venatus. Venatus. Presto. Venatus.
Okay, that was a very bad force drop because it was not even enough, and it had some walking time included. But if I can get the next force drop without a
Now use
misclick,
one of your
I might
villagers
have a
underneath
chance
the
here.
Town center to lure the second boar.
Now,
Impero. Venatus. Venatus.
Send the next 2 villagers.
I think that
to
was
gather food
without a
under the
misclick.
town center.
Correctus.
Salve.
Impero. Ein. Correct. Sane. Ein. Correcto. Sane. Correcto.
Ein.
Presto. Venatus. Ein. Venatus.
Salve. Fabulo.
Fabulo. Fabulo. Impero. Fabulo. Fabulo.
okay, now onto wood. Like, honestly, I now neglected my scout, and I was focusing way
Now build
too
barracks
much
with the next villager.
on what was going on under my TC for it to be realistic right now. Like, in a realistic game, I would have needed to pay much more attention to my scout.
Now the last 2 villagers should go to gold.
Ein. Venatus. Fabulo. Presto. Condo. 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 Odio. Salve. Sana. Condo. Odio.
Now research Loom and then the feudal with 22 population.
Oh, but anyways. But anyways, I want to get this right one time. Okay, first of all, get the militia.
Ein. Fabulo. Ein. Corretto.
Then get the lumber camp, but get the militia. Okay, that's a decent timing.
Impero. Salve. Fabulo. Caedo.
Salve. Condo. Ein. Fabulo. Caedo. Presto.
Decent timing for the militia. Let's pretend the enemy was here. Alright. Man at arms upgrades. Double bit axe upgrade. And let's get the archery range.
Condo. Presto. Condo. Odio.
Come on. No.
Ein. Correctus. Condo. Caedo.
That was very close.
Salve. Condo. Caedo.
Once you have enough villagers on gold, the next villagers should all go to farms.
6 farms. Now I think I can finally pretend the enemy was here. I can finally make the blacksmith. So now I'm regrouping. Right here. Why are they standing just there? Not working. That's not good.
Salve. Condo. Odio. Presto. Condo.
Oh, I had 6 on gold, which is why I'm readjusting at the moment.
Condo.
Trying to get my farm game up right now. Getting fletching right now. Once again, regrouping here. Finally, I got an A for this step in between. Now let's just hope the rest will work out the same. I must make sure I don't get house, so I think I'm just building probably 2 more right now.
New farms.
The tutorial wants me to research wheelbarrow really early. I think it works for me in real game scenarios if I'm researching wheelbarrow just after I have 15 farms up. But the pros actually even recommend not to get wheelbarrow in Feudal Age at all if you're playing in Archer Civ. Probably get 3 of these and get them here.
Condo.
Okay, I need 2 more archers. And now let's get another range with the next wood that I have.
Ein.
Oh,
Presto. Condo. Odio.
I think I have way more villagers right now than Cicero recommends in his tutorial. And now I'm making even the 16th farm, which is not good. I think I will be able to click up, but I think now I'm not getting an A because it simply took me too long to research Castle Age. Yeah, now I should really be able to click up. It's not possible. It's just not possible. Okay, I should have clicked up with 36 villages. That's it, though. One more time. One more time. I've been saying this for the last couple of, for the last 5 times or something. I feel now. Let me have a look at how long this video already is. Okay, it's over an hour already. So now it doesn't matter anymore. Anyways. Okay, wish me luck. Now this time, focus mode, straightforward, not talking, just getting this build clean. Yeah, Yes, scout blocking my sheep. Amazing. Breathe in, breathe out. Be calm, be concentrate, be focused. 5 villages and sheep. Oh, I'm wondering. I just set my gather point to where the sheep was lying.
Now send the next.
Oh, and the villagers suddenly spawned in the right place. Something to remember.
Salve, Babu.
Salve. Condo. Caedo.
All right. Yes, look, that was efficient.
Send your next villager to lure the boar.
Okay, that was a lot of dancing.
The next 4 villagers should go to berries. Build 2 houses with the next villager.
Sane. Corretto. Ein. Ein. Corretto. Sane. Venato.
Impero. Condo. Babulo.
Now a little bit of boar dancing.
Condo. Babulo. Presto.
Now I think I force drop once.
Impero. Venato. Sane.
And I get the next boar. Did I find the sheep? Yes, that's very nice.
Now use one of your villagers underneath
Nice,
the
no
town
misclicks
centre
and
to
force
lure the
dropping.
second boar.
Salve. Correct.
Send the next 2 villagers to gather food under the town center.
Venato. 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 Impero. Venato. Ein. Correct. Ein. Presto. Correct. Ein. Sane. Ein. Correct.
Come on, just go the right way. Nice.
Impero. Salve.
Sane. Fabulo.
No, that was a horrible misclick.
Impero. Ein. Venato. Babulo. Salve. Babulo.
Now build a barracks with the next villager.
Babulo.
But it is what it is. That's my level right now.
Ein. Venato. Fabulo.
Now the last 2 villagers should go to
Salve.
gold.
Venato. Fabulo.
I think I just can't do it better than that.
Salve. Condo. Podio.
Presto. Podio.
Okay, I'm not focusing on anything now, but just on the macro, as I have this huge misclick inside this build order already. But outside the TC, not beautiful. Really not beautiful.
Impero. Babulo.
Okay,
Presto. Ein. Babulo. Ein. Correct. Sane.
now making the lumber camp.
Condo. Caedo.
Setting the gather point to now making militia. Yeah, it's not the best timing. Let's pretend the enemy is on the hill. Not the best timing ever, but it's okay.
Impero. Fabulo.
Halfway feudal, sending these to wood right now.
Presto. Salve.
And now making a farm. And the last militia. Now I can queue the villager, make the last farm.
Condo. Salve.
And then shift queue these already to wood. So far so good.
Ein. Pugno.
Alright, let's get man at arms, let's get double bit axe. And once again, it's not possible. But now I got it. Now I can get the range, hopefully. I can. And as I don't want to be housed, I make the house right away. And you know what? I'm just going to make this now. And set the gather point to wood. Because now I think I have 5 on gold. Which is exactly what I need. And now I need 6 farms. I have 4 of them already. But you know, in this time, I would have gotten 0 villager kills. 0. Because I didn't micro my men-at-arms at all.
Villagers on gold. The next villagers should all go to farms.
Ah! Wait, how much idle time did I have in my range? How much idle time did I have in my range? I think I had a lot of idle time in my range now. Because I'm floating 100 gold. At least I don't want any more idle time in my range right now. Because of that idle time, I'm floating a lot of gold.
Now reset wheelbarrow and start moving villagers from your berries.
Yeah, I'm way too late. With these archers, it's a B. Ah. I think I can't do it any better than that. Okay, let's yeah, let's probably get a final statement out of this. I think I should now try to perform these build orders once again, not on fast speed, but just on 1.7 speed. Try to do them once more. But accept the fact that it's simply unrealistic for me to have a good man-at-arms build at my level of play. I think for my personal skill level, it's impossible. Let's see how it goes if I put it on normal speed. Here we go.
Build 2 houses. Then send your first 6 villagers to shoot.
Seems pretty chilled right now. So once I have 6 on sheep, I will try to reset the gather point. I should reset it right now so the villager spawns in the right place. Very important. Trying to collect these sheep that I'm missing out right now.
4 villagers to wood.
Yeah, I already sent the gather point to wood, but I have to get used to doing this later, especially because in a real game where I don't know the map generation, I will sometimes not have found or at least decided on the right wood line in that very moment. So it might even be a good idea to delay it for that reason as well. Now I think I can put it right here. Alright. Let's get the scouting with these.
Send your next villager to lure the boar. The next 4 villagers should go to berries. Build 2 houses with the next villager.
Ein, correctus. Vero, sane. Ein, correctus, sane. Ein, correctus, ein, correctus. Ein, condo, fabulo, presto, sane.
Will she have enough wood? Yes, she will. Didn't even need to force drop right here. Now I need to force drop. And I will need to force drop once more. And I just really hope that this
Now
time I'm
use
not
one of your
misclicking again.
villagers underneath the town center to lure the second
Okay,
boar.
there was no misclick. It's actually if I stay calm,
Ein,
it works.
fabulo.
Send the next 2 villagers to gather food
Vero,
under the town center.
fabulo.
Vero? Ein, correctus. Ein, same. Ein, correct. Ein. Venatus, vero?
Well, in a real game scenario, it's just impossible to pay that close attention to what's going on under my TC. It's just not realistic.
Venatu, fabulo. Salve. Vero? Venatu, fabulo.
Now build a barracks with the next villager.
Like that kind of situation where I pay so close attention to my eco and so little attention to my army
Now
is
the last
never
2
ever going
villagers
to happen.
go to gold.
Condo, foglio.
But this is a more realistic building placement, to be honest though. Let's pretend the enemy would be on this hill. This is where I sent the men-at-arms.
Condo, foglio.
Now research Loom and then click feudal with 22 population.
As the text was spoken a little bit earlier now, I kind of have the feeling I'm late. Though I actually felt it was clean so far. I can even click up without force dropping, which usually is a good sign. 1 second Dark Age idle TC time. It's not too bad, and it's probably the earliest timing I ever got a militia out. So now, let's get the lumber camp.
Salve. Fabulo.
And then let's, now we're halfway feudal age.
Salve.
Now I wait a little more until I send the 2 more villages to wood. Now I sent them.
Caedo. Condo, caedo. Salve.
Vero, condo.
Presto. Condo. Ein.
Now sending my militia here. I think that's a good timing now. And now as I want to make the buildings with the gold villagers, I already sent 2 to gold now.
Presto.
Ein,
And that way... Alright, men-at-arms, double butt axe. And I have villager production running. And can I please get the range? I can. I think this time I just even build it with 2 vills. So that I will not be late for it. And I think now I should also make houses. I don't want to be housed now. Really. I don't want to be housed. Once I get the range up, I should queue an archer. Done. Nice. Next farm. Done.
Once you have enough villagers on gold, the next
Come on.
villagers should
Now I
become
wanted to
farm.
queue a village. Not necessarily so many archers. Okay, maybe one more archer is good in the queue. So I don't have idle range time.
Ein.
Alright, now I'm regrouping all my units. 7 farms now. Should get a blacksmith now latest. I can get it with the gold villages as I have enough gold in the bank.
Salve. Odio. Corretto. Ein.
Come on.
Condo. Condo.
And as she's standing there already,
Presto.
I think another house is not too bad.
Condo. Odio.
Ah, okay. Now I'm attacking with this army. Can I please get fletching now? It's very important.
Salve. Condo. Presto. Condo.
Pero,
Regrouping my army now. I have an idle bill, which is not good. Come on, there we go.
correct. Ein. Same.
Regrouping my army now. I don't know if I should do it in a real game that much.
Start moving villagers from your berries to make new farms.
Fabul.
If they finish, they go to wood, so they don't go idle.
Condo.
Nice. How many is that? 13. So once I have 15 farms, I am going to make wheelbarrow and then castle age. 14, one more.
Pero, fabulo. Presto. Condo.
Salve. Fabulo. Paedo.
Alright, these should be able to get some damage in right now. Two archers, so that's all I need. So I think the next villager is going to go to gold.
Impero. Fabulo.
Yeah, this one could potentially also go to gold because I'm going to need a lot more gold once I try to get another range up. But before that, I will need houses.
Salve. Ein. Correct. Ein. Correct. Ein.
Can I get the range, please?
Condo.
Yes, I can get it.
Condo. Caed.
Okay, regrouping these. Now right here. I could even make an 11th archer.
Ein.
Ah, come on. Let's make one more villager.
Impero. Condo. Condo. Odio.
Ein.
And then once I get this,
Follow.
I go up. Whoa. Holy shit, that was so difficult. That was so difficult to get. Holy cow. Now honestly, how many attempts did it take me to get an A on this? I don't know, maybe 12, 13, 15, even more. I have to rewatch. a whole lot. Definitely, I know what to work on. Like seriously, this has been far from clean, and still it's very unrealistic to get it even close to this in a real game scenario. But okay, I hopefully learned something out of this practice session. I have the feeling it was very necessary. Alright. Thanks for tuning in and seeing me struggle with this Man-at-Arms build a lot. I think what I take away from this is I should never go Man-at-Arms if I have another good opportunity. If I have any other option other than Man-at-Arms, I should definitely go for that. Alright, take care, see you next video, bye.